sometimes wonder how many people are sitting inside their kitchen looking out their window wondering what I'm doing talking to my truck. Oh well. Welcome to the vlog. Another great week in Montpelier, Roxbury. A lot to talk about this week. I hear my kitty friend. This is the sweetest cat. We don't know what to do with it. It's a stray. It's come to live in our yard. It's the nicest cat I've ever met. We call it Bean. I don't know what to do with it. So Monday started off with our meeting with CORE. That's our central office administrative team. We meet, we talk about everything, get organized for the week, which is really fantastic. I've never really had the opportunity to do that weekly. So this is new to me and I'm enjoying it because we get to be consistent. I don't know if you can hear the cat meowing, but yeah. So that's going really, really well. On Monday, spent some time with Jeffrey Jared talking about tech integration at Union Elementary School, and globally we talked about tech integration in the district. What are our goals? What's our vision? Then I met with Jen Williams, tech integrationist librarian at the middle school. Same kind of conversation. We're going to be starting a podcast, which I'm pretty excited about. Ed techy, but it's going to go all over the place. And then I ended Monday with the UES staff continuing to work on prioritized standards. The big work that we're doing is they went through the standards, and our superintendent, Libby Bonesteel, once told me, she heard a quote, that if you taught every single standard, it would take 22 years. So it's not an option. We really need to look at those standards, pick out the ones that are the most important, and work from there. So the big challenge for the UES staff this week was to take their list of standards that they worked on previously, get that down to 6 to 8 priority standards. And that can be done with combining standards, clumping them, doing all sorts of different ways. So they worked on that. It was fantastic. They did an amazing job. I'm totally impressed. This builds on the work that RVS, Roxbury Village School, is doing as well. And this Friday, we're going to be all together to work on that, so we're pretty excited about it. Tuesday, did a session of the No Name Tech Show with Sue Monmany. That's always a great hit. Also met with a parent, which was a really great experience for me. This parent had some questions about the website, and I invited them in to sit with me and show me their user experience. I can't even tell you how helpful it was. It was so insightful and so amazing, and I learned a lot, and we made some changes. So I'm going to continue that practice. So if you have questions about the website, get in touch with me. Also met with Ben Brownell and Ryan Harity. We're doing this thing called the 2 Principles and Some Guide book reviews. And basically each week we'll share a book that we recommend for students or adults at K through 6 kind of level, pre-K through 6. And basically we all have a passion for literacy, and we want to show ourselves as readers to our students and to our families and to our community. So this was a simple way to do that, and it was pretty fun. Mr. Harity made it a little competitive, but we'll see how that goes. And then we had our league meeting, and in league this week we continued our conversation around assessments and data and what we really need, what we want to do, as well as starting to talk about MTSS work in our district. There's some changes happening with federal funding and special education, and that's all going to lead to us being really, really ready with MTSS, multi-tiered systems of supports. How are we supporting learners? Pretty exciting work, big work. More to come on that. Wednesday, I spent the whole day at a conference with our administrative team with George Couros. And if you don't know who George Couros is, I encourage you to Google him and visit his blog. He is a thought leader in education right now, and it was an amazing, 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 amazing conference. It was fantastic. And I think we all walked away with something different, really inspired to dig into our thoughts and think about innovation in education. It was amazing. It was exceptional. Really good lunch too, for what it's worth. Thursday, I attended an online training session from the AOE, and I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what happened during that training. I think it was about our longitudinal data system, where we share data with the state and then what they're doing with it and how we do that. I don't mind saying it was a little above my head. It was a lot about the systems, the computer systems and everything that was going on. But I attended. I wrote down a lot of stuff and I have a lot of questions, but luckily we have a really strong team and we're going to get through that. And I also went out to Roxbury to visit on Thursday afternoon. And then Friday morning, I met with Matt Roy, the assistant principal at the Main Street Middle School. We talked a little bit about website and communication. It was really great. He's got a super cool office. He's got some fun stuff in there. And then the big news was Friday afternoon, finally met with our tech team. So our tech team consisted of tech support and also tech integrationists. And this was a major accomplishment for us. We've been struggling to get a time to meet, and we did this exercise together that was powerful, and I'm still taking it apart. We basically wrote down all our stuff, like everything that we each wanted to do around the tech world in Montpelier Roxbury. What are the things we need to work on? What's been driving us nuts? What do we want to fix? What do we want to improve? What do we want to grow? Put them on Post-its, and then we put them in categories, whether it was vision or it was systems or it was low-hanging fruit stuff that we could take care of today, and then other. And then we went through that. The first thing that we noticed right away was that our systems page was full. We have a lot of systems work to do. And systems things includes things like how do we select software? How do we ensure student data privacy? How do we make purchases? How do we budget wisely? Those were a lot of systems things, and it was packed. So we're going to spend a lot of time on systems. There were some in visionary as well, mostly about pedagogy and how we support educators. What's the PD models that we can use? How do we share information? Things like that. And then there were some low-hanging fruit and some others. Low-hanging fruit, we talked about how can we use cycled out hardware to support students and families that need them. And then we had a few others. So we're going to take that information, we're going to organize it, and we're going to use that to drive our work this year and how we include parents and staff in that conversation. It was great. It was a great way to end the week, and that was it.